Welcome everybody to AI TV. We're broadcasting live from AI Expo Africa 2020 online. We're online because of COVID, as we all know, and this year our media center is working virtually. I'm actually sat on the west coast of South Africa, and I'm talking to Minda from Lectorsa. She's based in Limpopo, which I think, would we say that's in the middle of South Africa?
A little bit more to the north, yes.
Okay.
Northern parts.
More middle and north.
Yeah.
But it's great to have you here, Minda, and your company, and coming on board this year to our virtual event. So welcome to AI TV and welcome to AI Expo Africa. It's great to have you. How are you doing?
Thanks, Nick. We're doing very well, thank you. It's great to be here. Exciting to be at AI Africa finally.
Yeah, great. So tell us a little bit about your company and what you're doing in this particular space, because we've got a real mix of companies here, and not necessarily all of them are technical, but yeah, tell us a little bit about your company and what you're about.
Okay, so Lectorsa is a social impact company. We work in education and training, helping students to improve their visual processing skills, cognitive skills, helping them to improve the way they work with visual information that they have to study. And it actually has an impact in every area of working with visual information. So we talk about visual intelligence. And Lectorsa has been around for a number of years. Our first online system, cloud system, was launched 10 years ago, which we used as a beta phase to test and see what works really well. And currently now we've launched iBrain Gym, which is our new baby, and seeing exciting launch during COVID lockdown. We actually launched just when the lockdown happened, but we're seeing some very encouraging results with that. And it's really exciting to see how students are learning to work more intelligent with their curriculum. Okay,
so tell us a little bit about the iBrain Gym. And when we were having our team reviews, I was like, what, who's iBrain Gym? That sounds quite interesting. Tell us a little bit more about that. How does that all work then?
Yeah. So what we've done, Nick, is we've been working with reading skills development for many years. Did a lot of research, even in the 90s and the 80s, and started with the DOS systems, going from there to network systems. And the moment that we were able to get online with Lab, we launched Lab. Now, iBrain Gym is a culmination of all of these years of implementation, research, and development. And the system is an automated exercise program. So it's like a brain gym. It improves the communication between the eye and the brain. So we talk about building neural pathways, improving neural networks in the brain, helping the brain to build, I always say it's almost like a highway to move the information faster through the brain. So we've got gauged exercises, fun games, some of them are a little bit more difficult, and it's all based on the individual's outcome. So as you progress through the system, it measures your outcomes and adjusts your program with your personalized game plan to make sure that you have best improvement of personal skill levels as you continue through the system.
Okay, and
so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, my eyes, well, I know my eyesight's going, that's why I'm wearing glasses, but so how does that manifest itself with, let's say, an end user and a sort of teacher? Okay. Is it a self-taught thing, or do you have to be there with a teacher? How does it actually work?
Okay, so the main thing is that our brains are actually not wired for reading. It's wired for spoken language, but not for written language. And that's why reading is such a major issue. I think it's a 800 billion pound loss yearly in economies because of poor literacy levels globally. So it's a massive impact that it has in economies and of course in education as well. And with the COVID-19 pandemic, I think a lot of parents noticed that when their children had to work at home, they can't read and understand what they should do with their schoolwork. And if this thing isn't trained in your life, it continues to put you in a place where you struggle with written information, with visual information. And the whole idea is to use what you know and then what you are now learning and connect those things to create new knowledge from. So that's the type of skills that we want to train our students or our users of the system. And it has a major impact from primary school, secondary school, tertiary students. Currently our biggest users are the universities, but even corporate training as well, because, you know, with the whole Industry 4.0, where we have to unlearn and relearn and, you know, change to new occupations, you have to relearn things quickly. And it helps you so that you will be able to use that information then in a more proficient way. It helps you to read faster, to see more, to remember better, and at the end of the day, to think clearer, so that you can advance in your
okay, so let's say I want to be exposed to the iBrain Gym platform. Is it you do it through your laptop, or is it a cloud-based system? How does it actually work?
It's cloud. It's cloud-based. So we're launching our app soon, but it's already a web app. You can log in from anywhere, any place, log into your profile. The system will first give you an evaluation or a place me, which is almost like a GPS. We just want to find out where are your skill levels at the moment, so that you can be placed at the correct opportunity within the system. It tests your visual skills. We look at language proficiency, and then of course your reading and comprehension based on those outcomes. And then the system builds an algorithm for your personal development course.
Wow, that's interesting.
From there. It's very exciting.
I mean, yeah, it sounds exciting. I mean, I might try it myself actually. Where can people find out more information about the iBrain Gym? What's the, have you got a website?
Yeah, sure. You can go online to www.ibraingym.com.
Right.
You can, if you want to do the free place me, it's actually free. So it's something that we really want to show people. You know, we all think we can read. It's almost like when you take off your glasses, you've never worn glasses before, and then suddenly you get a pair of glasses and you see, oh my goodness, I didn't know all these things. I could see all of this because we see what we see. And it's the same with working with visual information. We work with it in a specific way because we're creatures of habit.
Interesting.
But the moment that you realize you can actually do much more, you can work much faster. It can change your life even in the office. You know, you can do the free place. It's in the top left corner there. Try me.
Okay. Well, I mean, how does it kind of link in with things like? I wouldn't call not necessarily disabilities, but I mean like people who suffer with say dyslexia, or you know, how does it sort of sign off that
Good
kind
question.
of? Does it incorporate that into the assessment?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So there's a little bit of information that we gather when you register firstly, but the system was not designed or developed for disabilities. But we are getting more and more people that's interested, and because it is the whole environment, we are keeping on developing, and it's changing day by day. So the more we are looking into those areas, I think there would be a lot of benefits in the future for disabilities as well. We do have people that use it as it is, and we've seen some improvements, but as I said, it's not developed for that. It's actually developed for 80 to 90% of the population that needs to improve these different visual intelligence skills.
Brilliant. Well, look, I mean, just to wrap up, Minda, it's been great to have a company at the show that I wouldn't, you know, you've obviously selling, you've got a product that you're taking to market, and it sounds fantastic. But I guess we're used to kind of people talking about algorithms and, you know, hardcore software and things like that. But actually, you're in a very interesting space, which is really what part of the fourth industrial revolution is all about, which is, you know, softer skills, people maximizing their skills. I mean, we know the skills requirement now. I mean, I think, and I say this respectfully, when you and I were at school, you know, we were doing what I would call, you know, the maths, English, or, you know, the language and the French and the art. But now the kind of skills that young people, particularly coming into the world of work, and the duration with which those skills are relevant is much shorter. And I think these educational platforms now, which are tapping into some real fundamental, as you say, like, you know, the hardwiring of how the brain works. I mean, artificial intelligence is trying to copy the brain, and yet the kind of thing that you're talking about, we're still trying to improve on what we've got as humans. So I think what you have got is really, really interesting. So if anyone watching the video wants to learn a little bit more, You go to the iBrain Gym website, and it's I as in EYE.
EYE and
Right.
EYE braingym.com. Yes.
Brilliant. Well, Minda, it's been great having you here, and it's great having you at the show. We've all tried something new over the last sort of 48 hours, and just to say thank you for coming, thank you for being on AI TV, and making the contribution that you have. And yeah, we look forward to hopefully seeing you next year.
Thanks, Nick. It's been great. Thank you very much. Take care.